I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. This is how I wanna live. Forever we'll be singing like, oh.
Welcome back to the PJHS News. I'm Jillian.
And I'm Demi, and we'll be your news anchors for today.
Tomorrow's lunch is East of Chicago pizza with corn, glazed sweet potato, fruit, and milk.
Happy birthday to Rick Sims and JV and Taylor. We hope you both have a good day.
Attention Science Olympian members. We have our first in-person competition coming up immediately after winter break. Be sure to attend at least one meeting this week for more details. It's not too late to join the team. If you're interested in becoming a Science Olympian member, ask your science teacher how to join, and they can get your coach's email for more info.
Don't forget tomorrow's color. Wear 8th grade wear red and 7th grade wear green.
Attention any boy or girl interested in running junior high track. Winter conditioning will start the first Thursday after we get back from break. Conditioning will be each week on Monday and Thursday from 2:40 to 3:25. If you are not in a winter sport and planning to run track, you should be attending these sessions. We will have an informational meeting on Tuesday, January 7th. You will receive a schedule at this time. See Coach DeBella or Coach Bergman with any questions.
Next up is Tommy's Spotlight on Success.
Hey PJHS, my name is Tommy and I'm here with a new segment called Tommy's Spotlight on Success. In this segment, I will be featuring students and staff around PJHS to show off the amazing talents and accomplishments of people in our building. My first spotlight, we're going to be taking a wide range of PJHS coaches about how to be successful and how they got where they are today. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you coach.
I am Mr. Scott and I'm no longer actually coaching any longer, but I just wrapped up my last season in football, and I've been a track coach for the last 4 years.
What inspired you to become a coach?
I've always been a fan of Piqua sports. Even before I was a teacher, I went to all the football games and everything, and so I was like, I played football for Piqua, and I just thought, it might be fun to get out there and coach and try my hand at it, and so yeah, I reached out and made it happen.
Tell us about one successful season you had.
Oh man. I've been very fortunate to have a lot of success as a coach, and it's not me. I've had great coaching staffs. I've had great kids that I've coached. I'm going to go to track. Probably might surprise some people, but I'm going to go to the track route. And I remember, I think it was my second year coaching track, and the year before that we finished third at MVL, really close. And for years, the program we just weren't very good. And that year, our boys won MVL, and it was awesome. We ended up winning 2 championships in a row. And then last year, our girls in track, they came in third, competitive, working their butts off. So it's been great seeing that improvement year in and year out between our boys and our girls programs.
How has coaching been impactful for you?
It allows me to see kids in a different way, and they see me in a different way. Coach Scott and Mr. Scott are 2 totally separate people, and Coach Scott in football and Coach Scott in track are very different from each other. It allows me to, be able to reach kids a little more one-on-one, a little more personal level, and it's allowed me an opportunity to get to understand who our community is in a little bit different way.
What's your biggest piece of advice for the students of PJHS?
Get involved. There are so many things, not just sports. We do have all the sports and everything at PJHS, but we also there's choir, band, musical, chess club. Come see me if you're interested. We have drone team now. We have building leadership team. We have honor society. We have a lot of different groups. So there's options for everybody. There is no reason why you shouldn't do something at Piqua. You have so many opportunities. If that kind of stuff isn't your thing, we got the tribe. We have life, young life going on in Piqua. So we got a lot of different stuff going on. There's a lot of opportunities in Piqua. Get involved. Take advantage of it. It'll make your experience at school so much greater. I hear all the time, I hate school. I don't want to be a part of school. Are you involved in anything? And most of the time, those kids aren't. And when you get involved in stuff, you make friends. You make different relationships. You get to see teachers in a different way. I'm no longer just boring Mr. Scott, but I'm a little more fun. You see me at Tribe, I'm a different kind of person. I can be a different way. You see me at football or track, I can be a different way. And it makes school a little bit more enjoyable when you are a part of something that's not just school.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thanks, guys.
Please introduce yourself and tell us what you coach.
So my name is Mr. Schaefer, and I've coached a multitude of sports over the past 21 years. I've coached the high school girls soccer team. I've coached my 3 kids' club soccer teams throughout the years. I've coached high school wrestling. I was a junior high wrestling coach for 19 years, and I've helped with the youth wrestling program. And I currently am also coaching the high school track team, doing pole vault for the boys and girls team.
How do you handle difficult players or conflicts within the team?
So what's been fortunate for me is a lot of what I do is more individual players, especially with pole vault. So I'm working more individually with the kids. So because it's very interactive, lots of relationship with a kid, I don't have much conflicts with them as we go through, but it's usually something that I kind of break down what's going on, what's happening, what's causing their argument, anger, and we kind of work through that with each other.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Please introduce yourself and tell us what you coach.
Hi, Tommy. I coach football here for over 20 years, different levels, and I'm still involved in our junior high and high school track programs here.
Tell us about a successful season you've had so far.
I've been fortunate to coach a lot of great athletes over the years. We've had a lot of league championship track teams over the years, a lot of league championship football teams. I look at my time back when I coached freshmen, I had a lot of good teams, a lot of good JV teams, and I've been fortunate on the varsity football team to have a few runs with some pretty special players. So, yeah.
How do you handle difficult players or conflicts within the team?
It's a challenging thing, right? Because kids always want to do their best. Sometimes kids feel like they're letting down the team. Sometimes you have players that have different viewpoints on stuff. But the reality is no matter how successful and talented a team is, and the individual players do not win games. You can win a handful of games with individual players, but to truly have a special elite season, there has to be teamwork, there has to be bonds, players have to be friends, they've got to care about each other, and you've got to play for the other people on your team. If you don't do that, it doesn't matter how good the players are. I've had talented teams that couldn't quite pull out a real high level season, but no matter what, they always end up, if they work together as a team, that's when the special things can happen.
Thank you for your time.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Please introduce yourself and tell us what you coach.
Mr. Johnson, and I coach the varsity golf team.
What inspired you to become a coach?
I've always enjoyed playing golf. I was pretty good at it when I was in school. I've helped out with the youth camp for a long time, so being around kids and helping them learn how to play golf is a lot of fun.
How has coaching been impactful for you?
It's helped me make stronger connections with the kids. Obviously having them in class is great, but then getting to see them grow up when they get into high school is also a lot of fun. And also seeing them be successful outside the classroom.
What is your biggest piece of advice for the students of PJHS?
Pick a goal and work towards it. A lot of kids just kind of go through the motions and really don't have any plans or ambitions, but you're not going to get anywhere doing that. You've got to have a goal in mind, and you got to figure out how to accomplish it and how to get there.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Hi, Tommy.
Hi. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us what you coach?
I'm Miss Bergman, and I coach junior high track.
How do you measure success beyond wins and losses?
I feel like junior high sports specifically are all about player development. So working on kids' coordination, just watching them improve each week, working on teamwork skills and things like that are really what matters more than wins and losses.
How do you ensure a safe and trusting coaching environment?
I would say that we always try to remain positive. We try to focus on the positive. Whenever I'm giving any critiques when coaching, I always try to lead with something positive, give my critiques in a positive tone, and we also always make sure our players know that they can come to us with anything they're struggling with.
How do you handle situations where a player struggles with their motivation and issues?
Well, I feel like creating that supportive environment makes it so kids want to come to practice and want to be motivated, but I also feel like when you are all working towards a common goal, it makes kids want to show up for each other. But honestly, if you're going to be a good athlete, you have to have that intrinsic motivation. You have to have the want yourself to be a good athlete. So I think you'll often find that the best athletes are the ones that are motivated from within.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time, Tommy.
Please introduce yourself and tell us what you coach.
I'm Mrs. Dews, and I coach cross country and track.
How do you handle difficult players or conflicts within the team?
I feel like with me coaching the distance crew, we typically all get along pretty well. Obviously, you always have difficult situations and scenarios that take place, but I feel like I usually just handle it one-on-one with the person or the individuals that are taking place just to keep the culture of the team going pretty well.
How do you measure success beyond wins and losses?
I think, especially because we're running, a lot of your success comes from like your personal growth. So even if you don't win every meet, I always tell them to think about what progress have you made so far. So really just measuring, especially as a freshman coming in, you're still building that base. So kind of seeing that growth you make from year to year is always a big thing to look at. So growth is always important.
How do you handle situations where a player struggles with motivational issues?
I feel like that's pretty common, especially in distance running. I know it's very physical, but it's just as much mental, if not more. So sometimes we get down on ourselves, so sometimes we just have to get out of a rut. Occasionally they don't always like it, but I'll have them try a different race just to kind of shake things up. Like let's say they're not doing well in the mile, so I say let's take away from the mile. We'll try a new event, let's just build our confidence somewhere else, or give them a new strategy to try and just say, no matter what, just remember why you're out here, just to have fun. So, let go of the stress and see what you can do.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself and tell us what you coach.
I'm Miss DeBella, and I am the varsity assistant coach for girls soccer, and then I'm also one of the junior high track coaches.
What inspired you to become a coach?
I don't know that one thing in particular inspired me to be a coach. I just feel like I've always loved sports. I did sports when I was in high school, and then when I was approached about a coaching position, I was willing to do it, and I actually really enjoy doing it.
Could you tell us about one successful season you've had?
I've actually seen a lot of success on the teams that I have coached. A couple of years ago, back-to-back years, junior high track won NBL for boys, so that was really exciting. That hadn't happened in a long time. And then this most recent season of soccer, the girls did phenomenal. They won the first tournament game postseason, and that had not happened since 2015. So we broke an 8-year, 9-year streak. So that was exciting for everybody.
How has coaching been impactful for you?
I would say it's been really impactful. It takes up a lot of my time, and I actually really enjoy doing it. It's awesome to see the kids that I have in class in a different element outside of school, and just building relationships and getting close with them in a different way than just the classroom. So I would say it's been really impactful.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Thank you guys for joining me on the first episode of Spotlight of Success. We will see you next time.